Hi, and welcome to the first ever SHAUN CAST, the Shaun Cassidy Fan Club Improv podcast. But it's easier to say SHAUN CAST because it's way shorter and it's catchy.
Is it SHAUN CAST or is it Pod Cassidy?
You know, we'll get there.
SHAUN Cassidy, Pod Cassidy.
That works as well.
I like it.
It's whatever you want it to be. Let's just go around and introduce ourselves as the first ever hosts of this wild experience we're going to go on.
Hi. I'm Damien, and happy to be here.
I'm Adam, also happy to be here.
I'm Zach. I'm a Sagittarius.
I'm Jameson, and I had a microphone.
And together we are the Four Horsemen. Speaking of which, I watched Now You See Me again last week for the first time in a while.
Oh, I
Because
thought
the Four Horsemen.
I thought at first you were talking about When They See Us.
Very a much different movie.
Very different concepts.
But yeah, so that's let's start with that movie. Let's unpack that.
Well, it doesn't pass the
Card tricks.
Bechdel test.
Oh yeah, it doesn't.
And especially the sequel, because they replaced Isla Fisher.
They did. Isn't that the one from Mean Girls? The one they replaced her with?
Maybe.
The actress that they got for the second one, I think she played her best friend in Mean Girls.
Lizzie Kaplan.
Yes. Yeah, I think that's her.
Riveting to listen to.
Yeah. Anyways, let's start off just by talking about
SHAUN Cast.
SHAUN CAST and who he is.
He was a pop star.
Teen heartthrob.
He
A
had the
sex
song.
magnet, if you will.
Hell yeah. He had that song, The Do Ron Ron.
The Do Ron Ron.
What a classic.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong.
Amongst other hits such as.
Insert them here.
Yep. Yeah, that's the only one that I know, and we have an album with his face on it somewhere.
Buried in a closet.
That's how big of fans we are.
It might actually be in my vinyl collection right there.
I
Yeah.
thought you were
For
pointing
those
to
of
the
you at
fridge.
home, Adam is pointing to his vinyl collection in the corner.
It's in a milk crate.
Yeah.
Okay, let's make the distinction. That's not a milk crate because it doesn't say theft of this is punishable by law.
Also, it's
My
it's-
milk crates say theft is punishable by law. His, I imagine he got at Staples.
Actually, if you look on the side, it says punishable by death.
Ooh.
Theft is punishable by death. Could you
It's a
imagine?
little extreme.
That just sounds like Les Mis. It was just bread!
Speaking of bread, let's get some. No. That was horrible. But yeah, SHAUN Cassidy, teen heartthrob. Our founder, Tim Mullen, went to a Halloween party one night, and he didn't have any costumes. And someone asked him, who are you? And he was like, well, I mean, this is going to be an obscure reference, but I'm the lone member of the SHAUN Cassidy fan club. And then someone was like, that would be a good name for for an improv troupe that you were talking about starting. And he's like, you know what? It is. And 29 years later, here we are. The SHAUN
They were
Cassidy.
wrong.
Yeah.
It's set up to be a terrible name.
We've gotten so many emails and messages from diehard fans like, hello Sean, I loved you. I saw you back in 1973 and I still have hearing loss from the time I saw you.
Anyway, this is your son, Mike.
Unrelated note.
I had no idea that's how we got started
Yeah.
as a troupe.
Yeah,
That's our oral history.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Even at the involvement fair this year, there was a woman who was just walking around and she's like, it's nice to see young people take up the torch and, still appreciate the music.
And I'm honestly, there are clubs in Oswego there that's specific. Today, in my residence hall or whatever, there was a big whiteboard for the Oswego Swing Dance Club. And
Oh yeah.
their media handles are Oswego Swingers.
Oh, no.
I wonder how many queries they get about.
I'm sure it's the same
Swinging.
sort of
So,
deal.
who's hosting this week?
So you're having a key party?
But yeah, so I posted that on my Snapchat or whatever, and this guy that I know screenshotted it, sent it to the president of the Oswego Swing Dance
no.
Club.
gotten a response yet? Or?
The choreographer does not have a sense of humor about it. The president is a little bit better.
Okay.
Have not gotten in a physical fight as of yet.
Residence halls. What an interesting place. You know, just a bunch of college-age people crammed into one very hot, sweaty area.
Using 3 toilets.
Yeah.
And no paper towel.
Yeah. Yeah, which we should have back, but
We really should.
it was ruined for us even before I was here. They were like, yeah, kids kept clogging the toilets with them and getting them wet and throwing them against the wall.
Which, that sounds right.
Yeah.
There was a kid last year that was just throwing fruit up against the wall in the stairwell.
Like
And they had to repaint the entire stairwell. And it destroyed the budget.
Were there just a lot of fruit stains on the wall?
Yeah, like
Like
orange juice and
Okay,
shit.
yeah. I was gonna say like apples and stuff.
Yeah.
Just like everywhere.
Why?
He was an
Nah,
artist.
He was an artist.
You know
They
what?
couldn't understand it.
He's not
Splattered.
appreciated in his time. Honestly, it sounds like he's going for a Jackson Pollock type.
I mean, it was.
It was
You
bad.
could say that.
Yeah. It was a massacre. Fruit massacre.
Honestly, I can see why they got rid of the paper towels. I mean, I was confused when I first moved in,
Yeah.
and I'm like, "Hi, where's a blow dryer or something?"
Yeah.
And they're like, that sounds like something you should have brought from home." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Okay, so, just because a couple of kids before wadded up all the paper towels, now we don't get those, and our toilet paper is 0.5 ply."
And I also can't bring my air dryer because that's a fire hazard and goes against the regulations of fire safety.
And now I need to touch a wet doorknob every time I go to the
time, yep.
bathroom. It's so uncomfortable.
All
I'm
of
like,
our
I don't
hands
know
are
what that
sopping
is.
wet right now.
Yep.
That could be urine for all I know, but I wouldn't because it's always wet. I mean, you could probably tell from the smell. But anyway, I don't like touching wet doorknobs, okay? That's
Yeah.
not the point here.
That's why I came to Oswego.
To touch wet
Wet
doorknobs.
doorknobs. I was on the tour, and I was like, when are they gonna get to the wet doorknobs?
Get to the good stuff.
So the dining hall is great, but I want to know about them wet doorknobs. though.
I get it. There's the medical facilities. There's a gym on campus. I get it. Every campus has a gym on campus.
Oh my god, I remember when I went on tours of colleges with my sister that, like, for some of the, like, nicer SUNY schools, they'd be like, "Oh yeah, and our washing machines and dryers, like, they'll, like, text you when your stuff is done." And it's like, because, like, you scan your ID to, like, use the stuff
it in.
and throw it in, and then when it's done, it's like, "Hey, your stuff is done." And you would not believe the looks that other schools get. Like, when you go to Geneseo and they're like, "Oh, your amenities text you when they're done washing and drying, when they're done laundering your clothes." And then you go to Brockport and you're like the psycho in the tour group that's like, "So, like, do the washers and dryers text you when you're done?" And everyone's like, "Where did you come from? What sort of Judy Jetson fantasy you living in?"
I'm imagining like a really clingy washer. It keeps texting you and you don't text
Your
back.
clothes are done. Why haven't you come down and pick them up yet?
You up?
Where are you?
I saw you out last night.
What was the stain on your shirt? Are you seeing someone? Was that lipstick?
Where'd that hair come from?
So as you can tell, we're off to a fantastic start
A rousing, engaging tale
in
has
the
begun.
Sean Cassidy podcastity. Sean Cast. Sean Cast podcast. Yeah. That's the whole name. It's the full name.
The logo says SHAUN CAST.
Right. It's
But
the abbreviated.
in our hearts.
It's
in our hearts, it's like one of those like
Sean
really.
Cassidy podcast.
It's like Birdman. You just say Birdman because it's easier.
What's the actual title?
Birdman
Birdman and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn.
That was it. That sounds right.
Speaking of which, that has an insane cast.
Yeah.
John Cena, Pete Davidson,
That's the Suicide Squad you're
the
talking
Suicide
about,
Squad. Yeah.
not Birds of Prey.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. However, yeah, the Suicide Squad, the
Suicide Squad.
has an insane cast with James Gunn directing, so that's fun. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Why do you keep saying
The Suicide
yeah,
Squad.
I don't.
Because the first movie was called Suicide Squad,
Right.
and then everyone thought this one was just going to be called Suicide Squad 2, or I don't know, like Suicide Squad as well. Or
I like that.
Suicide
also
Squad.
Suicide Squad.
Furthermore,
Also Murder Death Ourselves Squad.
What are we, some kind of self-harm conglomerate? Nah, but then James Gunn is like, yeah, my movie's like a retooling. It's basically a reboot, but it's also a sequel, and it's called The Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
And you know how there's the distinction of whether you say the or the.
yeah.
So I like to think that it's like the
Suicide Squad. Because when you're talking about it in theaters, you can't say want to go see
The Suicide Squad movie. It's like,
Yeah.
wow, which one? The one that came out in 2016 or The Suicide Squad?
That
That
one,
makes
'cause
sense.
Then I know
Okay.
it's number 2, which would
The
make
sequel reboot.
Yeah, the sequel,
Yeah.
requel.
The Squeakle.
The squeakle.
Squeakle.
We need another Alvin and the Chipmunks.
No, we don't.
We need more.
Porn remake.
Oh.
That's going around. Will that be relevant by the time this is posted?
As
Maybe
long as
probably.
there's porn parodies.
No, but I mean, have you seen the which chipmunk is getting the best head?
What?
I'm sorry.
This is a very niche.
Oh my god, okay, hold on. I gotta...
Which chipmunk's giving the best head?
Getting the best
Oh,
head.
getting.
There's this picture going around of all of the chipmunks. Alvin.
Simon
Theodore
and
and
Theodore.
and then all
Yeah,
the ones
I
that-
type in Alvin and the chipmunk's head.
Head.
Yeah, it's this image from
Oh
the
my god.
I don't know if it's from the show or what.
Oh Jesus.
Oh.
For those of you listening, if there are any, it's a picture of all 3 chipmunks making essentially O faces.
Yeah.
Simon for sure though.
Oh yeah.
So you're in the Simon camp.
Simon looks like he's in pain.
Well, that one's Theodore, right?
No, that's Theodore.
No, that's.
Oh,
yeah.
then
Simon's the one in blue.
I mean, Alvin's
Alvin's bugging out.
Yeah.
Alvin, something else is
Something
happening down
paranormal is happening with him.
He's being possessed.
there.
Yeah.
It's like Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
He's getting a blowjob from a ghost.
What a family-friendly movie.
Yeah, remember that?
Yeah, remember that time that was the big ol' family movie of the summer, Ghostbusters.
You can watch Dan
Which
Aykroyd
one?
get head from a ghost. The
Yeah.
first one, not the
Oh, okay,
not
the
reboot.
original.
Yeah.
Good answer.
Why do they need to make another Ghostbusters movie?
Oh, like now again
Yeah.
after because
yeah.
they were like, oh, we don't like this reboot that had all women in it because
No, I get that, but it's so dumb. It's like how Kevin Smith is like, oh, I'm gonna do a He-Man reboot, but it's gonna be a continuation of the original animated series, and it's like, so we're just going back to all your childhood things, so all of you 40-something white motherfuckers feel safe, right?
yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to say that? Are we allowed to swear on this podcast?
Shit,
Yeah.
why not?
Yeah.
All right, good to know.
Now we are.
Yeah,
Now we are now.
but it's fine.
I've broken barriers.
We're making the rules
I mean,
as they go.
we are uncensored
Yeah.
improv.
This is true.
And we already brought up Alvin's O face, so I think it really
Yeah,
can't
I think
get
we,
much.
I think we broke the seal on that one.
It's pretty TVMA right now, I'd say.
Yeah. Really, we
I
won't
can
hear
hear
any
geese
of
in the back.
it. It's all going in.
It's a fucking seagull!
So yeah, movies coming out. Joker with Joaquin Phoenix. I'm very excited. However, there's been some controversy because
Uh-oh.
people can't separate violence in movies from violence in real life and think that one may cause the other, which is a very dumb thing to think.
Also, video games.
Yep, that as well. Which
I mean, it's certainly possible. It could play a factor into
It's-
it, but
I mean,
it's-
everyone's
it's-
aggressive anyways.
Right, it's only one factor in a grand scheme of multiple reasons why things happen.
Yeah, like the Spartans didn't have video games and they still tore shit up.
yeah.
True.
But I mean, I think the fact that the whole point of the movie is to bring up such topics like white nationalism or like at least domestic terrorism, because Joker, I mean, he's not like a white nationalist, but he's just a chaotic, anarchist. It is addressing the idea of, domestic terrorism and, like, how that's a prevalent issue here. So I think maybe that's a good thing to talk about instead of just shuffling it under the rug and acting like it doesn't exist in our country.
No, the Southern Poverty Law Center does keep track of hate groups in the United States. There's like 48 active hate groups in New York.
Yeah.
Zach, you have an eyelash. You need to make a wish.
I wish
there were less hate groups in New York.
Just say none.
Okay, you can't.
It's too late.
There's a couple good
There's
ones.
a couple alright ones.
Nah, like, there's no good hate group, but just you wish that, like, membership goes down. I mean, the Klan ebbs and flows.
Just so that they're in the red. Is that the right term?
In the red.
In the red.
Yeah.
Like they're losing money.
Yeah, that's.
Is it in the red or in the black? No, wait, in the
'Cause
black
Black
is
Friday. You want to be in the black.
good. Oh.
Yeah, you don't want to be in the red. Red is typically always bad
Mm.
when it comes to like finances.
I feel like most
whatnot.
times the red is a bad place to be.
Yeah.
Like at a stoplight,
Red.
If you're in while it's red, you're gonna get hit by a
Yeah,
car.
you're in
Simply
trouble.
Red, standing by. Red October, standing by. Helen Reddy, standing by.
That's coming out too in December.
What, Red
The-
October?
No, I was thinking. Well, that made me think of Star Wars when they're all calling off their.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, the new Star Wars movie's coming out. What do you think of what's gonna happen?
I don't even remember The Last Jedi.
They should have kept the same director.
Rian Johnson instead
Ryan.
of
Ryan.
I thought I thought that's how he pronounces
No,
it.
it's Ryan. I think.
Is it?
It
Whoever
is
did-
Ryan, but it's spelled like an idiot.
Rian.
Yeah. Ryan.
Ryan. I am Ryan.
Whoever. So whoever did the episode 7 should have done episode
J.J.
8.
Abrams.
Yeah, because there was a whole. They had a
But he's
whole
doing
storyline.
9.
Right.
Yeah.
They should have kept the same storyline
Mm-hmm.
all the way through because none of the points brought up in 7 even got mentioned in 8.
Like
hardly at
what?
all. Like Snoke, prime example.
Well, they kill him and
Exactly.
Well, they kill him.
Yeah, and how cool is that?
What,
Yeah,
that-
it was
Because
a
they
cool
don't
moment.
need to. Because they don't want to draw out the mystery. Because they did that last time. Because they're not trying to replicate it. They're making a different story.
Which is fine, but also, how about the things with all the visions with Rey and all of that going on? None
And,
of
like-
that got mentioned. She looked into a weird mirror thing and then got no answers.
Oh, like the fourth dimensional thing where it was
Yeah,
like
where she was, like,
her
staring
in the
at
future
herself.
and the past.
Yeah, and there was nothing.
Yeah, there was a lot of like things that it seemed they were trying to set up that I think they just spent too much time trying to. It's like Batman v Superman. Like you spend so much time trying to set up subsequent films. You really
Yeah.
should have just focused
On
on
the one.
yeah.
It feels like they try to tell two different stories with the same characters happening like congruently, and now they have to bring it back together again.
I mean, I think until we see Rise of Skywalker,
Right.
we won't know if any of it was valuable for the story.
Right.
Because it could very well all be explained perfectly in Rise of Skywalker. Because, like, with all those visions and flashes, like, it's still relating to, like, her and Kylo and, like, their whatever connection they have.
I did
Yeah.
like that in the 8th movie with the their
Wide chest.
yep. Like,
Chest is so wide.
Wide Kylo.
That was just like
he's just a square.
I don't know. His clothes made him seem wider.
Well, I mean, he had
Literally,
it like up, like above his belly
Yeah.
button, so
Yeah.
like gonna have a square torso, but also he was built, so
Yeah, so he
Yeah.
just looked very square.
he was a Marine before he was an actor.
Yeah.
I did know that actually. Yeah.
Have you seen that photo of the cat that looks like Adam Driver?
No.
It was like, wow, he's really transforming for this role. It was a cat that had the same exact face
How
as him.
Yeah, the Cats movie. That'll be good.
Oh,
No,
oh, you
no,
struck a nerve.
no.
That's another one that
You
exists.
struck a nerve.
You're listening to the Sean Cast We Talk About Movies podcast.
Yeah. It's just talk about everything. It's just
Yeah.
we'll see what happens and we'll go along with it, even though
It really looks like a Snapchat filter. That trailer.
yeah.
Cats.
It looks bad.
That's
I don't
fine.
think it's worse than Superman's fake CGI'd out mustache.
Yeah.
His upper lip.
It's on par with.
Lois Lane.
It's on par with like the Sonic trailer.
Oh yeah, that looks
Like
bad too.
that looked rough.
Yeah.
I just feel bad for all the people that spent so much time making that film that then everyone shat on it so quickly.
And shut it down.
All the visual effects people were just like, listen, we know it was bad, but this is what we were told and paid to do.
They must have focus tested, right? I can't
With the
imagine.
I mean, I hope they did.
Yeah, they went to a school of the blind.
Yeah,
Who did they get that they didn't realize everybody hated it? Absolutely everyone hated it.
Let's
Okay.
find 10 people who have never even heard of Sonic the Hedgehog or even know what a hedgehog is.
was like-
Get them in a room and see if they like this blue thing we made.
It was one of those
Yeah.
moments where it was like, oh, so what did you guys think? And then it's like, it was great. And there's like, we're nodding their heads like, yeah, it was, mm-hmm. And like, perfect, we're gonna send it out. Like, that's not what we meant. Okay, great.
It was
Great,
just
there
a
goes.
bunch of girls. It was all their girlfriends. All the visual designers' girlfriends.
It looks great, honey. And then they like went behind their backs like, what the hell were they thinking?
What was that weird rat?
Why did it meow?
I think it's also just the legs.
The legs,
The
the
legs,
teeth.
yeah,
It's
honestly,
so much
eyes,
wrong.
everything.
It was,
Everything
yeah.
about the model of the character
Honestly,
says,
they just didn't make it look like Sonic.
Yeah.
Is
No.
the problem. I saw a version of that trailer where someone like
they redid it.
Yeah, they
and
redid
made
it, and it
so
looked
much
like
better.
Sonic, and it looked so much better. I also saw a version of that trailer that was kind of intercut with,
Drake and Josh.
oh no, bits of the trailer for Brightburn, so it looked like a horror film.
About Sonic the Hedgehog.
It worked so well, too.
It's terrifying.
I'm just picturing Sonic terrorizing this poor woman in Brightburn.
Elizabeth Banks.
Was that her?
Yeah, the mom was Elizabeth Banks.
Oh,
Huh.
I didn't see it.
Oh,
So,
Neither did I.
yeah,
No, I didn't. either.
heard good things.
I saw the trailer and I got it.
Yeah. I saw the trailer. Oh.
Evil
Oh, so
Kid
that's what
Superman.
it's about.
Yeah.
Evil Kid Superman. Got it.
Yeah. Seems interesting, though. I would want to watch it at some point when
Mhm.
it's just online or
Yeah.
Hulu or somewhere that isn't illegal.
When Mike Sheepass can find it.
So, on the subject of entertainment,
Mm.
that SNL guy got fired
Shane
yeah.
Gillis.
2
Right.
seconds into being a cast member.
I
Another
didn't
thing
hear
of
about
not
that.
doing.
What?
They hired like 3 people for
Yeah.
SNL for the new season,
Sure.
and one of them, within like seconds of his
Yeah.
casting announcement,
Canceled.
people were like, he made some like real racist jokes. Like they found receipts really
Used some
quickly.
slurs.
Wow.
Slurs.
He used a couple of slurs, and like it's not even like they're off brand for him. Like if like NBC had talked to any of the people that are like regulars at the clubs that he performs at, they would have told you, oh yeah, that's like in line with his type of humor. NBC's like, oh, we're sorry, our vetting process like wasn't thorough enough, and it's like, did you guys even do a vetting process? Because
Right.
like amateurs who aren't paid found this.
Right, you go on YouTube, you look the guy up,
And you
you
find,
find a
like-
video of him doing bits.
Mm-hmm.
He just came on from the street.
Hey guys,
Rockefeller Center? Where? What is this?
you know I do comedy?
This guy looks like he could be a cool guy.
He looks kind of funny.
He looks white. Let's go for it.
Yeah.
But that also, I mean, on top of the cast, the new cast, first ever Asian American addition to the cast of SNL.
Yeah.
Not the first ever.
Or, I mean, not, I think first ever gay Asian American, right?
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think.
I
I
didn't
think
know.
that was what was the revelation about it.
Well, I mean, because the first ever, I don't know if the first ever, but the longest serving Asian was Fred Armisen.
He's Asian?
He's a quarter Japanese.
Oh, wow. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Huh.
His ethnicity was like vague enough that he played Obama and he also played. like,
He was very versatile. It's not like Dwayne The Rock Johnson, where it's like, and you could play. Well, definitely not a normal person. We'll find something for you.
You
So
can
these are the
this
two
guy.
cast members that weren't canceled.
That weren't
That
canceled.
weren't canceled.
Yeah,
Got it.
he got canceled.
Yeah.
He got.
Shane
Ah.
Gillis. All
There he
right.
goes.
Mm.
Shayna. Bye.
So, I mean, yeah, everywhere that I'm reading it says has added its first Asian cast member, Bao and Yang. I don't know if they're counting. What?
Bao.
Bao. Like the short film.
Yeah. Ooh, dumplings. Oh no, wait.
Okay,
Ooh,
so it does
dumplings.
address it. It says the promotion of Yang, who is of Chinese heritage, makes him the series' only Asian American full-time cast member. Former cast members Fred Armiston and Rob Schneider are both part Asian.
Rob Schneider is part Asian?
Apparently.
What
I just
part?
thought he was a carrot.
Everybody, it's like the 23andMe. Well, I'm a quarter.
Well, I'm a quarter. And at least 1/2/16.
1/23 of me is.
Yeah, and it says, Yang, who is gay, co-hosts the podcast Las Culturistas, entertains on comedy club stages, and is known for his lip sync videos.
Another podcast.
Another TikToker.
Yay.
That's the future of SNL. It's just
David Height is going to be on SNL within the next couple of years.
oh god.
That's where they're going to be.
They're going to be
searching
vetting
for
to
people.
TikTok.
Yeah.
David, if you're listening, I hope you get recognized from TikTok and make it to SNL. If any.
That would be awesome.
That's assuming he's listening to this. He probably won't. Unless you are. In that case,
Hello.
thanks. Yeah.
Either way, if he is or is not listening, I'll be straight up. If SNL calls me,
Nah.
I'd say pass.
Really?
If only based on his TikToks. Because let's be honest, they're hit or miss.
Wait, so SNL is gonna call you to ask, hey, what about this David guy?
Yeah.
And you'd be like, nah.
Are you his reference?
Yeah. You'd be like 3 references. And it's like Zach, Kayla, and Chelsea, and all 3 are just like, nah.
I mean, did you see his TikTok?
Did you really watch them though?
I mean,
Get the deeper meaning.
I mean, if Shane McGillis has taught us anything, it's that NBC is not exactly vetting real hard. So, if anything, David has a chance.
Let's not what is it? Equivalate?
Equivocate.
Equivocate.
Bad TikToks with racism.
Yeah.
No, you're right there.
that's a big jump.
Bad TikToks, racism, which is worse.
So, like, is Keenan ever gonna leave, or do you guys
Nah,
think?
never.
Yeah.
Is he still in the
Yeah.
cast?
Oh yeah.
I thought he was out. This
Like,
season.
I've heard 3 consecutive years in a row stories of him getting sick.
Zach is laying down.
Yeah. I've heard 3 consecutive years of like, oh, Kenan Thompson's gonna get like a pilot for NBC, and then it either doesn't get picked up or he just like doesn't pursue it.
But he does have another show.
He does.
He does.
What is
Yeah.
it? It's like Bring the Funny or something. He's like looking for like comedians and stuff.
Oh well, I don't mean like that. I
Like
meant,
an actual TV show,
yeah,
like
like a
Brooklyn
sitcom.
Nine-Nine, or like other shows that SNL stars have made, like Documentary Now with Bill Hader and Fred Armiston. And,
No, but like NBC normally has like deals with like their cast that they're like, hey, if you're on SNL for a couple of years, we'll give you like a show to kind of work with.
The thing is, I don't think Keenan like minds continuing to be on. Like, I feel like he's
He
so
works.
happy. Yeah.
Speaking of Kenan Thompson, in the past day, I've been watching a lot of clips from the Fat Albert movie, the 2004
Oh my
live-action
God.
Fat Albert movie.
I forgot he was in that.
Yeah. I don't know why, but one day I had a very vivid memory of watching that movie in my grandma's house and like eating cheese and crackers, and I was like, man, what was that movie about?
You remember Good Burger? Remember?
I don't think I watched that one.
You need to watch Good Burger
I know.
as soon as possible.
Home of the Good Burger.
Yes, Home of the Good Burger.
May I take your order?
But it's if you look on YouTube, half of the videos from that movie, the Fat Albert 2004 reboot, whatever you want to call it,
Live action.
The Fat Albert Cinematic
Yeah.
Universe.
Yeah. It's like people watching it on TV, recording it with their phone, and all of the comments are 100% sincere. They're like, "This scene was so funny." Like nobody shows up to that. Like, what the hell? Why are you recording this on your phone, watching it from your car TV? God.
So yeah, we touched on SNL. We can still keep talking about SNL, but the one after that was politics. And boy, oh boy, today of all days is a good day to talk about
What
politics.
is it, 9/11 or something?
Not quite.
No.
Not quite. A couple days passed.
So apparently,
What?
Trump was in the transcripts released from the White House. He asked the president of Ukraine to investigate in Joe Biden and his son.
Yeah, so Alec Baldwin might be losing the SNL cast. Who knows?
Alec Baldwin might be getting impeached. Wait, what about Joe Biden and his son? Isn't his son's dead?
Yeah, I don't.
Or does he have more? I haven't,
I don't know.
I don't-
Apparently, if he does have another son, I think I heard that he works for a company that did something in the Ukraine.
I think they were looking into trying to get them on corruption charges or something.
I don't know.
I mean, even if they did go for Biden, that's alright. Kamala Harris is still in this.
Right, but so when they were doing the trial for the Mueller report, Barr technically lied about a statement because Kamala Harris asked him. She was like, "Have you has the president ever asked someone to conduct an investigation of someone or something else?" And he was like, "How do you mean?" And she's like, "Exactly what I just said." And he's like, "Well, I mean, he's some things might have hinted at it to oh, maybe you could look into this or that, that kind of thing." But
Like a good old fashioned, you should look through Hillary Clinton's email
yeah,
servers.
yeah, exactly.
You've done more of that recently.
Yeah. So there's that. I mean, this is just an inquiry to impeachment, so who's to say if it will lead to anything? At this point, it just feels like false hope.
It's a summer fling.
Yeah. it's a early fall, late summer fling.
They changed that sign. It says late fall now.
Oh, for those of you listening, if there are any, Oswego was supposed to get a Taco Bell
In late summer.
Damn.
And now it's fall, and they changed the sign.
They literally
That's
white
so
outed
rude.
over it and put fall.
Oswego has about 5 restaurants. You got Fajita Grill, Wanzones,
Press
Sub Shop.
Box.
Okay, there's more than
McDonald's.
5.
There's still a very
There's
limited amount of
select.
places to eat.
There's 8. There's
Do we have one McDonald's or is
We
there
those
have
two.
3, yeah, or 2, yeah.
2 McDonald's, 1
there's
Burger
one across the
King.
way from
2
Walmart.
McDonald's, 2 Dunkins, a Burger King,
Like
an Arby's, a
3 Sub
KFC,
Shop,
a
Subways.
a Wendy's, an A&W for those of you who give a shit about that.
A Friendlies. Oh.
Not anymore.
Redacted.
There used to be one McDonald's to kind of give you an idea. So now we're getting a Taco Bell. It's a big deal.
1 Taco Bell. Now we don't need to go all the way to Fulton.
I
to
still
get
can't believe
tacos.
Tim would drive 45 minutes to Cicero to get Chick-fil-A.
Wow.
Committed.
Wait, what?
Tim used to drive
Oh, yeah, that used to
like
happen.
45 minutes to get Chick-fil-A.
Why? It's not even that good, but also they're kind of shitty.
The traffic on 11 when they open that Chick-fil-A, because I live 5 minutes away from that Chick-fil-A, and I think there's gonna be a Starbucks there now.
Instead of the Chick-fil-A?
No, in addition to they just
Oh.
keep adding stuff. I remember they added a Panda Express at one point, and they added the Chick-fil-A, and now they're adding, and so it's
What do you
every
say?
6 months the traffic on 11 just gets ruined.
Okay, when you say added it, do you mean an adjacent building, or do
Yeah.
you mean? Oh, I was really hoping you were gonna say it's like those.
It's a combo.
Yeah.
No.
It's like a KFC Taco Bell combo.
Those are the
Yeah,
best.
Like the gas stations,
It's
where you just
a-
go in, it's 3 restaurants lined up, and then the bathrooms on the side.
There's a Sbarro, a Quiznos, and a Burger King all conjoined.
In the middle,
In the
you can
middle.
get one giant pizza with
Pizza
a
burger.
cheeseburger on it.
Pizza that's a burger inside a submarine sandwich.
That sounds wonderful. And
Yeah.
also terrible.
Let's give it up for rest stops.
Really,
Yeah.
they really do a lot.
They do. They really do. Things to talk about. Oh, right. Jeffrey Epstein.
Definitely was murder death.
Murder, death to suicide.
Okay, I don't want to put on tinfoil hats or anything.
Oh no, I do. I think we should. I think we should firmly.
Adam's hat is on.
Yeah.
We're all wearing tinfoil hats.
Can mine be like a boat that like accidentally got turned into a hat?
It is. I don't know
So,
what you're talking about.
Perfect.
I
That's
feel
what
like
you're wearing
I
right
feel
now.
like it happened. It was relevant for like a week, and now everyone's just back to not giving a shit about this log of people that were gonna be incriminated.
Yeah.
That were on the list of people that he had sold people to, and like done business with, and now it's just like,
The news cycle is wacky.
yeah.
These past few years, I mean, it's really like a day goes by and
Yeah. Well, I mean, there is always a lot happening,
Yeah,
but
it's-
also this is like a major
Human trafficking
yeah,
ring.
like, and it's connected to a lot of politicians and like celebrities and shit. And like, I just want to know who else is on that list. Quite frankly, you know. I mean,
David Hasselhoff.
oh, no, not David.
Same people on the Illuminati list.
It really blew over, and now it's just like
you were a big fan.
I was a really big fan of this.
Where did the hype go?
I mean, also just it's awful that now the victims like have no sense of like closure or even like seeing him go to trial.
I mean, not necessarily. Michael Jackson's been dead for years, and they're still suing him.
I mean, it's one thing to sue; it's another to
See him
see
pay
right
to know that he got justice.
Yeah, it would be more like, well, he was on suicide watch and then suddenly wasn't, and then he died, and it's just like this all happened in the most like secure, the most secure Manhattan like facility that there could be. Like, what is no one else like what happened?
I'm just focused on the squeaking.
squeaking
Yeah,
bed.
it's Zach moving on the bed.
Nah, I agree. It's sus. Maybe this will be like the next college admissions scandal.
Want to talk about that?
Yeah, who else here was bribed into going to Studio Oswego?
I was.
All in favor, say aye. But yeah, the college scandal. That's another not good thing.
Yeah, that's another example of people with wealth and power and influence using it for their own selfish ends.
I mean, there are these people, they just get into college, whatever. Me, at the same time, it's been 5 weeks. My ID has not worked for 5 weeks. I've been to Culkin 4 times about it. I just got a new ID.
Wait, it took them 4 weeks.
5 weeks.
5 weeks to.
I
give
went
you
to
a new ID.
Culkin 4 times. And I said, hey, my ID doesn't work. And they would swipe it and they'd be like, I don't know what you're talking about. And I was like, I'm telling you, it doesn't work.
It doesn't even cost them anything to print a new one.
No, it does not. It takes 5 minutes.
It not even. I got
Yeah.
a new ID this semester too.
Yeah.
How do
And it took them. I went. I said, "This isn't swiping." They said, "Okay, I'll print you a new one," and then they did, and that was it.
Like, by the time, like, today, I went this morning. By the time I got the new ID, he, like, knew me. Like,
I was like, "Oh, hey, Jameson."
I've been there once a week.
Oh,
Still having trouble with
Come
that
on.
ID, Jameson?
Yeah, because
Come on in,
it's
boss.
broken. Yeah, I'm having problems.
Should I put the fan on, or is that gonna be too noisy?
That'll be true.
it might, yeah, too much background.
Should we
noise.
see?
Yo, I'm sorry, Culkin gaslit you.
Experiment. Ready? Here we go.
All right, so we have a fan now.
It was just getting too hot in here, even with apparently the AC on.
We're all completely naked.
Yep. Just out in the open.
Sure.
You can't see it. You can
I
just
mean,
hear it.
You can hear the naked.
You can hear the
You can
nakedness.
sense it.
You can hear the thighs sticking to the leather seats.
That's the sound of you walking in your own sweat puddles.
So segueing from Jeffrey Epstein,
That's a good
sex
segue.
trafficking.
Wait,
Well, how do we segue out of that?
Segways. Segways. are a
what,
good segue.
what is the next topic you're trying to get?
Let me.
Michigan, is it?
No. Oh, belts and watches.
What?
Speaking of ways to hang yourself, I don't know.
Would you hang yourself with a watch?
With a belt? I don't know. If you got enough watches together.
True.
It seems like too much effort.
Could you imagine
That's
Just
that's
if
how
it was a
baller
bunch
goes
of
out.
watches.
bunch of
Constructing
Rolex.
X's out of oh, that's
Even-
a level of white privilege.
Even in that,
He hung himself with 15 Rolexes.
Of his private collection.
He had 30 more in his closet.
Yeah, so there was just a film festival. Adam and I are in the film club,
Yeah.
and Adam made a short film in 36 hours.
Yeah.
37. Yeah.
And one of the props required was a watch. And I was like, hey, put this watch on. And he was like, how do watches work? How do I put a watch on? And I was like, what do you mean? And he's like, how do they work? I was like, well, they have like a loop and like latches, and you just put it around your wrist and you pull. He's like, oh, so watches are just kind of like belts for your wrist. And I was like,
Kinda?
Yeah.
I was
it's
like, I mean, you're
exactly
not
that.
wrong, but I wouldn't phrase it that
Why are
way.
you booing me? I'm right.
Now I want a belt buckle that's just a clock.
That would be. What time is it? Oh, you know, just look down at like your waist.
Check it out. I mean, he's not wrong.
No.
But it's just an odd thing to equivalate it to. You know,
What's that?
equivocate it to. So I guess belts are like watches for wrists in that case. I mean, watches for waists.
Weight Watchers.
Weight watchers.
You are
That's what it would be.
Waist watches.
Waist watch.
Waist
That's- okay.
He was today's biggest loser.
We're patenting that right now. Watches for your waist. Waist watchers.
Yep.
Waist watchers.
I
No,
like
I'm
it.
thinking about his TC Tuggers.
For those of you listening, T.C. Tuggers is a reference to the Netflix comedy show I Think You Should Leave. It's a really, really funny show. You should check it out. I don't know why we're plugging Netflix shows.
We're not
now.
getting sponsored. We just
We're
really
Sponsored.
like it.
We just really like it.
Sponsor.
You guys have any plugs for the show?
Y'all got the plug?
I don't have any plugs. We were going to talk about Flint, Michigan as well.
I don't
You
see
really
why we
shouldn't
would.
have. Why were we ever going to?
Let's plug Flint, Michigan.
Let's
Yeah,
not.
so-
Hey guys, shout
Earlier-
out to Flint, Michigan.
I have a water bottle with me,
Yeah.
and I asked Adam if his
Tap.
faucet was good water to drink. Then Zach started talking about Flint, Michigan, because he was just at some.
I was just at a talk about Flint, Michigan, alright? I went to the Living Writers series where the woman who exposed the crisis, she wrote a book about it, and she was there today. And honestly, she was really cool. Except she didn't actually answer my question that I had.
That's sad.
Because I'm like, yo, so let's be real. Julia Roberts played Erin Brockovich, dreamcasting who plays you in the movie. And she's like, there actually is a movie in the works. They haven't done casting yet. And I'm like, that didn't answer the question. Who do you want to play you?
What
Like-
would she look like? Who would you cast as her?
Gal Gadot.
Really?
Yeah.
I did enjoy it.
She's the child of 2 immigrants from, I want to say, Baghdad. Yeah, and she came to the United States when she was 4. She went to like University of Michigan. She's a pediatrician, and she works with kids in Flint. Like Flint is where she practices, and a lot of like concerned parents were coming in like, hey, is it safe to like give my kid the water? I've heard a lot of rumors. And she's like, yeah, I know everything's fine.
But they weren't fine.
But then everything was most certainly not fine.
Suddenly, things were not fine.
It was
Yeah,
really
so-
bad.
So Adam said, "You know what would be a funny topic to talk about on our podcast?"
Ironically,
Oh,
it's a
ironic.
very bad. It's a really bad issue.
I was like this close. For those who can't see, my fingers are very close together. I was this close.
They could be closer.
This close.
They got closer.
To asking her if the response to Flint would have been more powerful if Flint was white.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, I answered my own question in my own head.
100%.
Hundo P,
If-
Hundo P.
Yeah, if it was a white community, it would have been solved like day 2.
Like the second, like, one little white girl.
That's why vaping is an epidemic.
Oh yeah, that's a thing now.
Oh, because it's killing, what, 6 white people?
Yeah.
6 people, yeah.
Yeah, they're like, hold on, guys.
We're dropping like flies!
We just need to cut out the flavors. That's the issue.
No, that's not the issue. That's gonna create the problem when everyone in my house is juuling nicotine or switching to cigarettes like idiots.
You know, the problem might be more dangerous than you thought.
You know, if I had to guess...
Greta Thunberg now too,
Mhm.
with all the climate action, climate change and stuff.
What about it?
I just
Climate change.
find
that
it
happened.
amazing that a 16-year-old girl can tell off pretty much the entire UN about just, hey, why don't we make the Earth like a little bit better? And is getting consistent hate mail and comments from a bunch of like conservatives and Republicans saying like, you know what you're talking about, shut up, you're 16. And it's like, she said we should care about the planet. Why are you
You're
yelling?
wrong! Stop it.
Don't tell me what to care about.
Shit in the streets!
It just baffles me, like how no matter what, it doesn't matter just because difference of parties. There's gonna be differences and people telling people to shut up no matter what.
It just baffles me that people act so against their own interests.
Have anything to add?
Oh,
Not really.
No. It's hot. It's warm right now.
Yeah, it's because of the climate change.
Honestly,
I mean-
what are we all gonna do when Miami's underwater in like 20 years?
Well, we're not in
more
Miami,
more
so...
like 8.
Really? It's
Yeah.
that close?
Yeah, like we
I mean-
we have like maybe a year to turn around like our carbon emissions and shit.
I'm pretty sure there's like no time left to save us, but at the same time we can try.
I mean, there is time left to save us.
Now we're
It's-
fucked.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, we're not in Miami, so...
Yeah, we're not going underwater, but we're gonna.
We're still on the coast.
I mean, nah!
Are we though?
That's a lake, not an ocean.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a lake.
But like, I mean, like just the east coast. Like,
Well, yeah, I got
I mean,
you.
it has some land to get through before it hits us.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But like down where I
Keep
am,
going, then.
like even with
Or
like
just go to the Adirondacks.
Just go north.
with like
Up.
Hurricane Sandy, Hurricane Irene, like all of like
yeah.
Long Island and stuff like
It's
that.
a great song.
Was hit really, really hard.
Come on, Irene.
And like when not if when the sea level starts rising, it's just the east coast and then the west coast and then everyone's gonna just move to the middle of the United States at that point.
Yo, I didn't even think. New York City is hella on the east
Yeah,
coast.
we're very close.
Yeah.
What's gonna happen
Yeah.
when Times Square is underwater?
People
Well-
will still be boating to get their items.
Atlantis 2. Just to see skyscrapers underwater.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember from Futurama, the lost city of Atlanta?
No, I didn't see that one.
Like the entire city of Atlanta was moved
Underwater.
from out of Georgia to the ocean, and then it sank. But because of like some industrial plant that was there, they all got mutated so that they could live underwater.
Oh my god.
They were all mer people.
Amazing.
That's what we're working on next. It's not how to solve if the sea level is going to rise. It's how to make people into
How to survive
mermaids.
when it does.
Yeah, how do
Yeah.
we?
hashtag nuke Mars, which was a real thing Elon Musk wanted.
Oh, absolutely.
Wait,
Yeah.
didn't he want to go to Mars?
Yeah.
though?
Well,
You have to
worked
go
on
to
it.
note.
Why
Yeah.
nuke it though?
Because they want to terraform it. The
Yeah.
idea is,
Create an ozone.
yeah, they
Okay.
would. It would release
Yeah, makes sense.
the
I
gases.
guess.
I mean,
Yeah,
it would be
like-
super radiated.
We're right.
Yeah, we're actually we're gonna bring in Elon Musk. He has a joint.
Hey,
he just
what's
goes on
up?
all podcasts now.
I don't know. I feel like we touched on a lot of things today.
We touched a lot of things today.
Yeah.
We
Mhm.
should wash our hands.
Yeah.
And then go touch
naked.
doorknobs. Boom, full circle.
Thematically, we came to a close.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Full
this is the Sean Cassidy Podcastity. Sean Cast.
Signing off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have shows every Saturday at 8. If this, I don't know when
Tickled
this
your
will go
fancy.
out. Yeah, I don't know when this will go out, but
At this point in time.
yeah, we have normally in MCC October 5th. We're in Park Hall.
And then every other Saturday at 8, we are in the Morano Campus Center Auditorium.
Yep.
Yeah. So come check us out. And if you'd like to potentially join and do improv, we have practices in MCC 205 from 6 to 8 on Sundays.